Woohoo! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jewel and I'm here on YouTube as Coastal Baseline, where I bring you great beats, mixed talk throughs, and what I'm doing today is actually something brand new. So today and this week is a day and a week of trying new things. Earlier, I did my first ever Twitch live stream on the food and drink channel. I was cooking, I made some soup. It's delicious. I'll be posting the recipe soon in my other channel, Coastal Baseline Eats. So if you're interested in some comfort food, some soup, go check that out. But what I am here live to do is to try out YouTube Live and see what this platform is like in terms of live streaming. I've tried Mixcloud Live. For my birthday, I did a DJ live stream. That was really fun. Then today I did Twitch streaming, which was a cool experience. Now I'm doing YouTube Live to check that out. And I didn't announce this or anything. Also, I have 12 subscribers, so you know, we'll see in terms of viewer numbers what it turns out to be. But I am actually, I hope this, I really hope this gets recorded. But if it doesn't, I guess it's fine. I could just re-record what I'm about to say. But the topic of this video and this discussion is going to be 5 ways that you can discover new music. It's based on the 5 ways that I have been discovering new music throughout my life, and really a few have been lately. And I am drinking something like a London Fog. It's close to London Fog. It's Earl Grey tea with some honey and steamed milk. So it's basically a London Fog, you know. Ooh, 1 viewer. Let me put my London Fog down to welcome them. Welcome. Today we are discussing ways to discover new music. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so awesome. Thanks so much for joining. Yay, this is so exciting. Okay, so the first way I discover new music is actually by listening to other DJs play. So I love going out to shows and I love hearing DJs play, whether they're big DJs that are some of my favorite musicians, or even like local talent. I just love hearing the mixes that they put together, the playlists that they've curated, how they mix songs into each other, how they read the crowd too, and then how they choose the next song based on how they've read the crowd. Like I've discovered some really cool songs and also just like cool techniques by listening to other DJs play. So yeah, I have mixes, shows, asking them what song that was. If I'm able to like get close to that DJ, or if they're my friend or something like that, I'll just be like, hey, what song was that? I really like that song. And also using Shazam or Google Assistant to actually just say, what's this song, and get the technology to help me out like that. The next way that you can discover new music is by listening to radio shows. So I listen to radio shows, and it doesn't have to be like on the actual like radio, like if you imagine like the physical radios, it doesn't have to be like that. Nowadays, there's so many radio shows online. I listen to the radio shows through Mixcloud, and I also do some that are like, I guess, more along the podcasting lines on Spotify, which I'll get to later. But on Mixcloud is a really great way to listen to radio shows. Maybe SoundCloud is too. I'm not as familiar with like radio shows on SoundCloud, but definitely Mixcloud. 2 that I am listening to right now that I really like are Monster Cat's Call of the Wild show and Spin-In Sessions. So Spin-In Sessions you can also catch on YouTube, which is how I used to do it a couple of years ago. But since I've been on Mixcloud myself, posting my own mixes, I've been listening to Spin-In on Mixcloud. Those 2 shows, Call of the Wild by Monster Cat and Spin-In Sessions by spinning records. I've found really great songs that I've featured on some of the mixes I've already posted to this channel, and I like it because for me, like when I find a new song, like I like to listen to it over and over and over again, and then I like to match it up with some of the other songs that are already my favorites and like listen to those together and stuff like that. So when I feel like it's time for me to branch out and start to discover new music, it's like nerve-wracking because I'm like, especially those like the shows are like an hour, hour and a half long. You're like, oof, wow, I'm gonna spend an hour to an hour and a half like listening to some music that I may or may not like. It's taking a risk. It's really risky. So I'm always like, I always feel the reward of that risk when I do discover a new favorite song. So some examples are um, Rise Up by Vinay featuring Vimero that I discovered through, I can't remember if it was Spinnin' or Monster Cat. Journey by Tokyo Machine was definitely Monster Cat. And then the Paradise by Rompasso, the Vintage Culture remix, I discovered that through Spinnin' Sessions a few weeks ago. So those are some direct examples. So yeah, the first way to discover new music is by listening to DJs play their music, play their mixes at shows and so on, and just asking them or using Shazam or Google Assistant to figure out the song. The second one is by listening to radio shows, and the two that I love are Spinnin' Sessions and Monster Cat's Call of the Wild, which are on Mixcloud. And the third way to discover new music is through Spotify playlists. So if you use Spotify, this is a great option. For me, there's the new for you section. That's a good one. It's like it's not like my favorite. Like I can't say that like I've found like many new songs that way. Because actually I don't know why. For some reason, like the recommendations don't always align. But something that does work really well on Spotify is when your favorite artist makes their own playlist, or when you're listening to your favorite artist and Spotify auto creates a playlist based off of that artist. That works really well. Like I've discovered so many great songs that way. So yeah, definitely if you use Spotify, check out that avenue. Check out if your favorite artist curates their own playlist, or try starting from one of your favorite songs and then letting Spotify create the playlist based on that song and see what you find. The fourth way to discover new music is through YouTube playlists. So if you don't use Spotify, you do use YouTube, which if you're on YouTube right now, I'm assuming that you use YouTube. You can definitely apply the same principles for Spotify playlist on YouTube. So the same thing of going to your favorite artist. Maybe they don't create their own playlist. Maybe they do, but more than likely they probably don't create their own playlist on YouTube. Let me know if your favorite artists do. Link that. That'd be cool. But what you can do is a similar thing. Like YouTube has an algorithm where it will recommend videos based on videos you like or videos that you watch and complete and interact with. So start from a video of a song that you really like, and then check out the recommendations on the right-hand side and listen to those. Like I like to skip around, so I'll start the first 3 or 4 seconds and I'll jump here and there. Sometimes I listen for the drop. When I discover a song I really love, I always like go back to the beginning and listen to the whole thing through. So try that on YouTube and see what you like. Also, sometimes the music video that's posted changes the meaning of the song and like the way you feel about the song, and that's definitely been true for me. And when I've discovered some songs, like when I hear the song, I'm like, oh, okay, it's like a nice work of art. But when I see the video, or when sometimes I read like the Genius artist commentary where they talk about what went into making the song or what it means to them, it like changes it to me, and it like means something a little different and then it becomes like something that more of like a favorite song for me. So yeah, YouTube playlists. There's also the record labels themselves. Like I'm thinking again of Monster Cat, Bitbird, and Spinnin'. Sometimes if you start from their channels or their playlists, like that might also be a good move, because if you like an artist from that label, chances are you probably like their general style, and so you can find out and like check out the other artists in that label if you start there on YouTube. Same with Spotify, but I feel like on Spotify you may not. I feel like the labels have more things curated on YouTube than on Spotify. Spotify, I feel like it's best for the artists themselves, and then YouTube is artists and labels. And then the fifth way to discover new music is by accident. And I literally have it written down in quotation marks because it's like, I believe things happen for a reason at the right time. And I have discovered some great songs when I have not been looking for them. So this has been through some of the methods I've already listed. Like I was listening to a Flume Essentials playlist on Spotify, and that's how I discovered the My Boo Triple J like a version that Flume and Vince Staples, Kuchka, Nairi, and Vera Blue did a cover of. And that was a wonderful discovery that I wasn't looking for. Like I didn't even know that existed. I was just playing Flume in the background on the Essentials playlist, and that came up, and I just like I had to like jog to my computer or my phone and like it's like, what is this song? Yeah. And then also on Beatport, like when I'm looking for songs to buy on Beatport for my mixes or for my collection, and I see a certain version that I didn't know existed, like I listen to it because Beatport provides a certain snippet of the song for you to listen to. And I've discovered great remixes, like the Silver Lined CID remix. I was looking for Silver Line by XY Constant, the original version. And then I discovered that the CID remix existed. And now it's like in my rotation. I love it. The same with Clean Bandit, the Magician remix. Rather be okay. Wow, I don't know why I forgot the name of the song, but it's the Rather Be remix by the Magician, and Rather Be is by Clean Bandit. I didn't know that existed. I was looking up something by the Magician and then saw the Clean Bandit song remixed by him, and I was like, whoa. So I listened to the snippet of that and I was like, yes, like this needs to be in my rotation, and it is. So I believe that by accident is another way of discovering great new music. So I do want to mention that I was inspired to make this video last Saturday because Bitbird, that's a label. I think it's led by Sound Holo. Like I'm 98.4% sure. But they did so Bitbird and several artists did a show, a takeover of SiriusXM Diplo's Revolution. It was on channel 52, and so I got like a free access period online. So I was able to tune in to the Bitbird show. It was called The Day with Bitbird, and it was just so uplifting because as you may be aware, a lot of things are going on in the world right now, and the news can be grim. Instagram and social media in general can be overwhelming if you're not careful and if you don't take breaks and that kind of stuff. And so having the show last Saturday was like really a necessary break for me, and I'm so thankful. And I also discovered new music. It was like win-win. Like I knew Drulu was gonna be in it, and San Holo was playing, so I was looking forward to that. And I was a little familiar with Tosca Black. but got like definitely more familiar with his style from that show. And then I discovered Rootkit, which like I really like his style. That was cool. And then there was Denmo, and I also really like being interactive with them on Instagram. Like I was like posting, I was like taking pictures and stuff because I was so happy. And they were just like really like, besides being good producers and artists of like their own music, they're also very good DJs. Like I was really, really impressed with the mixing and everything that was going on. Anywho, this is not a Bitbird appreciation post. I actually do have a Bitbird appreciation post planned because I was inspired to do a DJ mix um, with Bitbird artists only. But I did want to mention that in this video because that's what inspired me to share with you guys ways that I've discovered new music so that you too can discover new music. So to wrap everything up, we're almost at 16 minutes. The 5 ways to discover new music are by listening to other DJs play, whether it's at a show or with their DJ mixes, and either asking them or Shazamming or Googling Assistant what's playing so you can learn. Listening to radio shows, and the 2 that I recommend are Monster Cat's Call of the Wild and Spinnin' Sessions. Using Spotify playlists, so checking out your favorite artists and seeing if they have curated their own playlist, or starting from one of your favorite songs and then letting Spotify's algorithm curate the playlist. YouTube playlists, so similarly starting from one of your favorite videos of one of your favorite songs and then letting YouTube's algorithm maybe suggest some other ones to you that you may not have seen before, or checking out the YouTube channels of certain record labels or groups of artists and checking out the music there. And then last but not least, by accident. So that basically means like just being open to keeping your ears open, your mind open, your heart open to discovering new music. And who knows where you'll find it. It might be when you're about to check out for a new song, or it might be I don't know. It might be just like you're on your way to the grocery store. It might be in the grocery store. Be ready. Those are the 5 ways you can discover new music. Thank you so much for watching. This was cool doing YouTube Live. I really hope that this video is recorded so that I can post it and it can become a video on my channel, which would be great. But either way, this information will be shared with you if this video is posted, or if I record another one, I'll be sure to share it with you because I think this is important. And be sure to check me out on Mixcloud. I'm on there as Coastal Bassline, and it's linked on my channel, and it will be linked in this video as well. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great week ahead.